from FanBros. I just want to say, like, I really, really, really love the mythology, and I'm assuming we'll see more and more and more will be revealed. Just wondering if you have an endpoint in mind. I mean, not that you need to tell, but like, do you have an endpoint that everything's leading to, or I mean, I know you're going to keep it open-ended when it becomes, if it's the, people still want to watch 8, 9, 10 seasons from now. Are you prepared to stretch it out, or do you know where you want to get to and you have the path that you're going to get?
I think the trick is, and this isn't giving anything away, like you'll see even in this next episode, that if we were not to have a season 3, you would feel like it's a satisfying enough ending, but it leaves enough that even if there wasn't any more seasons, you would go, I could imagine other stories. This is kind of called story value. Like I could have stopped Mariachi after Mariachi.
Right.
And he just leaves and he's no longer a guitar player and he's got a guitar case full of guns and his hand isn't working anymore. You could end there. You don't have to see what happens. You would imagine this whole other life he's about to have. And you could end there. So I think that's sort of the trick, is to end each one as if we had to end the series now, it turns out, the actors all get different gigs and we can't do a season 3. This is a really satisfying ending that still leaves a lot of questions, but good questions that you kind of are interested to see. But if you don't, you'll just keep entertaining it yourself, making up your own version of it.
Well, I know you came out of comic book, or you were a comic book fan and stuff like that. You could do, have you ever thought of doing like one-shots with some of the characters, like a little hour-long, Sex Machine, or...
that would be really cool. That's a good idea, actually.
It's ruining his head now.
We'll talk after.
I might steal that idea.
I'll give you my card.
You can run
We've
another
been looking
contest.
at, do we want to make the season 3 as serialized as it is?
Right.
Or do we want to do, some one-offs in there? And it might be a combination, but that kind is not really, it's still part of the whole story.
Right,
so
right.
It would work well. It wouldn't feel like it's just like a, like it's turned into a procedure, of the week type thing. It would still have a mythology, and that would still fit within the mythology. But yeah, you could spend more time. There's also what they call bottle shows, where you can like save money and shoot. You want to have
Everyone at one.
some of them like less expensive, so that you can blow out, like our episode 10 that I directed. It's a blowout.
Yes.
All the money we saved by trying to keep the wedges tight on the other ones, I'd put in mine. And it's a bloodbath. It is so cool. It's my favorite one I've done by far. It was really fun.
BenHameen from FanBros, and it's kind of a two-parter. What made you decide that Dusk Till Dawn would work? Because you said, like your movie was a self-contained story. So what made you decide that it would work as a series? And out of all your properties, which one would you love to continue?
Well, that one just fit right away because it was, Walking Dead was doing well. We thought horror and action. Dusk Till Dawn, Quentin and I would have people coming up all the time saying how much I love Dusk Till Dawn. Since we made the movie, all these years, it just never kind of went away.
Yeah.
People today brought Dusk Till Dawn stuff for me to sign. They still love that film. And it's because of his characters. So I thought that was a great candidate. It had a lot of Hispanic characters kind of built in, took place in Mexico. It would fit well with the network vibe. So would Desperado, so would Machete, but that one just felt like we could have a whole bunch of characters, and it would have Quentin's characters on TV for the first time. So that one just felt like really natural. What other ones I would do? I mean, we have ideas from some new shows that I actually think would make great movies too. Maybe we do them simultaneously, like a movie and a series. But Desperado or Machete, actually, or Sin City would work really well as a TV series. But no real plans to do any of those yet, because we have some original ones that I think are really good, really strong.
So no chance for a Johnny Depp Blind Assassin series?
I won't say no chance, but when I did that movie, he came over to see the edit while I edited while we shoot, and I had gotten a shot of him. I said, "Hey, just walk down the street. I'm just going to film you in slow motion walking towards the camera, blind." And he did it for me. And then later that night, I showed him, and I did a fake voiceover. The man with no eyes is back. Once upon a time in Mexico, part 2. And he went, "I'm there." He thought it looked so cool. Well, we had followed it up right then. But then he went and did the Pirates movie because he enjoyed doing action so much. He did the Pirates movie, and that was it for him. Right? It was such a cool idea. I thought, let's do it's Mariachi, Desperado, Once Upon a Time Mexico. Once Upon a Time Mexico, Once Upon a Time Mexico, part 2, part 3. Like two trilogies, but only 5 movies. Because one of them is the end of one and the beginning of the other.
That'd be awesome.
That was going to be my hat trick for that, but never happened.
Nice.